G'day everyone, I've made a shared project for the Deadastronaut sound to light. Now if that sounds like I'm talking a different language, I'll just make a couple of explanations. First one, the sound to light. That's a small circuit that you use to power the output of a pedal. So, excuse me, if you've got a distortion and you're playing the guitar, it will flash with your guitar signal as you're strumming. That's what the sound to light does. It's Deadastronaut's idea. I've just made a fabricated PCB of it. What's a shared project? Basically with OSH Park they have the shared project option where you can share your designs with the community, and they can get their own boards fabricated, and it's very cheap. The designer doesn't get any money or anything out of it. It's just something that he wants to do for the community to make himself feel good inside, which is what I've done. You can get them, they cost about 50 cents each. They're very cheap, delivered to Australia. You get them in batches of 3, and I think it was about $1.50 or something. So that's what it looks like anyway. It's very small, which is good for a pedal lighting board like this. It's usually something that you just sort of have off on the side, so it's good that it's nice and small. I've made the board that way deliberately. So it's better than using Vero. You'll get it a lot smaller than on Vero, and it'll power up to, you have to experiment with this, but it should power between 4 to 6 LEDs, and you just experiment before you commit to how you're going to wire it up. So just play around with some LEDs. Before you decide how you're going to go with it. There's also a C1 spot there. Leave that empty to start off with, and if you need it, then add it. Apparently it's supposed to help increase the sensitivity of the LEDs. If your LEDs are just going, when you're playing, they're just going on, off, and they're not really fading in and out, you may need to add that C1. But from what I've used the sound to light for, I've never had to do that anyway. It basically, it works really well to start to just straight off the bat. But that C1 is there in case you need it. I'll show you what I mean. I'll show you an example now. I use this in my Fleet Beacon delay, and I'll leave a link to that too if you want to see how that works. Delays are really good for sound to lights because they flash with the output. As it fades out, it'll blink with the output. So yeah, I'll show you what I've got down here. I've used 2 white LEDs, and I think it was 150 ohm resistor, and it works perfectly. You can mess around with the resistor value too for the sensitivity as well, or if you're having any troubles. If you just try and power 1 LED with it, it'll just stay on. So you may have to use 2 LEDs to get it to work properly. If you're finding it's just staying on, add another one and it will work properly. Or if you only want 1 LED, just put any old silicon diode in series with the LED to get it going. So I've got the output of a tube screamer plugged into the sound to light, and I'll just play a few riffs on this. It's not plugged into my amp. You don't need to have it plugged into the amp to see how it works. If I do a bend on a note, you'll see how it fades out. That's pretty much perfect sensitivity as far as I'm concerned. So that's it, the sound to light fabricated boards. If you want to get some, check the description down there. I'll leave a link to it. You might need to create a, you probably need to create a OSH Park account to get access to the boards, but then you can just print off have as many fabricated as you want and keep them on hand. I only keep a few on hand because they're pretty handy to have around for pedals that you want to do some fancy lighting with. So that's it. Hope you like the boards, and thanks for watching. And keep an eye out for more shared projects in the future. I'll put shared project in the title, so you know and you don't miss out. Thanks for watching.